Hey! Kenny, you're up.
I can do a ho ho ho.
Hold off on that.
Ho ho ho!
All right, cut it.
That's all you can take. Okay.
We're in luck this morning. Kristi Bennett is here. And how are you this morning?
I'm good. Thank you for having me, Gilbert. How are you this morning?
I'm doing well. Your folks from Chicago, I think, kind of reached out. They put a little press release out, and I was intrigued by what you do here in Fayetteville. Kenny, you just met Kristi a few seconds ago. Let's play.
Yes, sir.
What's my line? Do you know what she does?
Don't you give me a clue or something?
There are two men,
Uh-huh.
and the song goes. No, I'm not going to do it. It's Wham. No.
Okay, I don't know what she does.
All right, she doesn't. You don't know. I know what you do. Tell everybody what you do.
So I am a franchise owner of Houndstown, Fayetteville.
Oh.
So we're a doggy daycare boarding facility here in Fayetteville.
I love that.
Yep.
And you know, the neat thing, Kristi, about this that really caught my eye is the fact that this is the holiday travel season, and you have some tips for folks if they've got to travel with a pet.
Yeah.
And so, what's the first thing people need to really take into consideration?
Well, I would say just if you're taking your pet with you on your trip, just make sure to make the proper accommodations for the pet. So you want to make sure that you mimic your home routine as much as possible. So wherever you're staying, whether it's a hotel, family, friend's house, just make sure that you have an area designated to set up the pet to make them comfortable. Whether that's a crate, a bed, something that you can bring for them to know that that's their space. You would also want to make sure that you include some sort of travel kit to take with you with their food, their bowls, their treats, any kind of medications to maybe help them ease some anxiety of travel, leashes, make sure that you have a crate for the car, that type of thing.
You know, the interesting thing about this, and I've had dogs in the past, they're like creatures of habit.
Right.
And when you change that habit, things can go terribly wrong.
Right. So you want to try to make them as comfortable as possible. Dogs are very nervous when they get taken outside of their home, outside of their routine. They get very excited. You know, you never want to take a dog off leash outside of your home in an unfamiliar territory that's not fenced in. You know, you're never going to like park at a hotel and just let the dog run off leash somewhere. You're going to lose the dog. That's not safe for the dog. So you just want to make sure that you take the proper precautions to make sure that the dog is safe while traveling with you.
You know, most people have traveled with their pets, and they got a sense of, I guess, how long the animal can be in the car before you got to take a little bathroom break. But the animals can get dehydrated just driving in vehicles, depending, especially if it's a summer day or something like that.
Yeah.
Your advice for folks in terms of making sure you have what you need.
Yeah, I would definitely get a travel water bowl. They're pretty cool. They just pop up, like plastic things that just pop up. Have bottled water in the car for them. I would recommend stopping every 2 to 3 hours at a area where there's somewhere you could take the pet out to relieve themselves. Most gas stations, I know like Buc-ee's and some of the bigger gas stations have like pet relief areas now, so that's really great for folks that are traveling along major interstates like 95.
Yeah, and even the rest stops along South Carolina, North Carolina border. Most of the rest stops when you go from state to state, you'll be able to have green space out there somewhere where you can take your animal. Let's talk about your business and what
Sure.
it is you do and where you're located.
Yep, so we are located at 4417 Ramsey Street in Northgate Shopping Center, so over near Zaxby's in PetSmart, that area off of Ramsey Street, near Methodist University. So we are a fully interactive doggy daycare, all-day play. So we do boarding, overnight boarding as well, and we also do basic spa services for dogs like baths, nail trims, teeth brushing, those types of things. So we've just opened at the end of October, so we are new to the Fayetteville area. We are a franchise, as I mentioned earlier. We're the 7th location in the state of North Carolina, so we were really excited to bring this concept to the city of Fayetteville. The other Houndstown locations in North Carolina are in Charlotte area, Raleigh area, Wilmington, and Greensboro. So Fayetteville was the 7th location, so we were really excited about that. There are almost 100 locations nationally. So we were the 96th store for Houndstown to open.
And the only one in the Fayetteville area.
Yeah.
And so how does it work?
So basically, you would set up an appointment to bring your pet. We have some prerequisites, like they have to be up to date on Bordetella, rabies, distemper vaccines. They have to be spayed or neutered if they're over a certain age. You would call us or go online and set up a temperament evaluation. So every dog that comes into our facility goes through the same temperament evaluation. The great thing about Houndstown is we don't breed discriminate. So we accept all dogs of any breed, size, shape. They all have to pass the same temperament evaluation.
Well-
So that's a quick appointment. It's free. You bring the vaccine records in. We do the temperament test. We're just looking to make sure that the dog can meet another dog in our lobby on a leash and show no overt signs of aggression, so that we know that we can properly group them in a daycare setting. So then once they pass the evaluation, they can stay for daycare.
And the animals, dogs in particular, are kind of like kids.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't want to see mommy and daddy leave, and
Yeah.
and that can become an issue.
Yeah. Yeah, so oftentimes we have to ask the pet parents to step outside so that we can conduct the evaluation, which is a really quick 2-minute test, without the pet parent's distraction, because we want the dog to focus on our helper dog that we bring out, which is a dog that has really neutral energy that we know is never going to show any signs of aggression towards a new dog. And so sometimes we have to ask the pet parents to step out and step away from the window so the dog focuses on the dog that they're meeting and not focused on the pet parent that's in the room.
If you're just joining us right now, 7:29, we've got Kristi Bennett in here. Are you the owner of Houndstown?
I am. I'm the owner of the franchise in Fayetteville, yes.
And then so you have people who actually do the work that has to happen here. What's your staff like? And what made you say, hey, this is one. I'm not going to open up a McDonald's. I'm going to open up Houndstown.
Oh, great question. So it's actually my husband and I, Eric, my husband, Eric Allen, could not be here today. He's actually at the store, running the store, but he's my partner in business and in life. And so we decided that we started researching franchises a few years back, decided that we wanted to get into the pet care industry. We're avid dog lovers, found Houndstown, hit the pavement running from there, never looked back, just knew that was the franchise for us. But it took a long time to come into fruition. So we started this process in 2023, and we just opened our doors in October of 2025.
Wow.
So it took us quite a bit of time to find the right location. We did see a need in the city of Fayetteville in the northern part of the county where we're at. There was no pet care, daycare, or boarding facilities in that location. So we saw the need for it in that area and just ended up lucking out and finding a building. It just took a while to get there, but I think we really did a good job on the location. We're off of Ramsey, 40-something thousand cars pass us a day. So there's lots of traffic, lots of residents in the northern part of the city out that way.
Yeah, you're up near Kings Grant.
Absolutely. A lot of my customers come from Kings Grant. The 295 bypass up there is wonderful for people to hop off, jump down Ramsey, go back to base or wherever they need to go. So it's just really convenient location.
What's the duration that someone can leave their pet with you?
Well, for daycare, we're open from 6:30 a.m. until 7:30 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturday 8 to 5. So Monday through Friday, they could leave their dog for 13 hours for daycare. Saturday, we're open 8 to 5. So I have pet parents that are active duty military. They drop off 6:30 a.m. and they pick up when they get off work 6 p.m. or later if they have to run errands after work. So.
All right, Kristi, I'm going to go to my producer. You're up on screen right now. You're giving me hand signs through the window.
Well, I'm giving you hand signs because our other computer we're still trying to get up. I wish you could see what I have on screen. I have their website up.
Oh.
Yes,
Okay.
the website up. It's very easy to navigate, and there's so many cool things on here. I was going to ask real fast before I talk more about the website. There's things that you can put in the back seat. I know from experience, at first we started with the kennel. And then we graduated as the dog got older and used to riding in the car, little Shaggy, a little Westie, and cutest little thing. And we would put him up on more of those comfortable things so he could see up higher,
Yep.
like seats. Did you already talk about that? I missed that.
I just mentioned that you should have something to secure your pet in the car, whether it be a crate. They have seatbelt hooks. What you're talking about is like a doggy car seat, essentially.
Right.
It's for small dogs. It helps them sit up a little bit higher, but it does have a fastener that you can hook them in, like a harness that hooks them in. So you don't want the dog loose running around being able to like get into the front seat, distract drivers, or be able to get out the window if you have the window down.
Right. Yeah, and I understand that because it's just they do have a little leash to them so that happens. But anyway, back to your website. That's what I want to dwell on. It's really beautiful, easy to navigate, and I see that you see dog daycare. You do that, but also boarding. You touch base. Cat boarding. That's what caught my eye.
Yep, we do also offer cat boarding.
They do cat boarding too.
Yep, so we do have a cat room. It's the Purrington Villas is what we call our cat room. So we do have two enclosures that are 3-tiered level, like cat condos, so we can board cats. So we're actually boarding cats over Christmas holidays. So.
And my last question, I'll get back to you, Gilbert.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
I wish you could see this, but a pet taxi?
Yep. So we, it's actually parked outside, but
Is it really?
yes. So
Okay.
it's pretty cool. It's wrapped. It's Houndstown is vibrant, bright colors, as you can see from the website. But we're not running it just yet. That'll start after the first of the year. We needed to get some time to get open, get our operations up and running. But we will be able to offer drop off and pick up for residents that maybe need some help dropping off their pet for daycare or boarding, or picking up their pet for spa services. We have some, elderly folks that don't drive, or we have some folks that maybe need to get out of town, get to Raleigh to the airport or somewhere early in the morning, and maybe they just don't have the capacity to bring their pet by before we open. So we are going to be offering a pet taxi service within a certain mile radius of our location.
Kristi Bennett, you got it all covered. I think that's the best we can do here. You're just open in October to start to get some fillers, and people are starting to know that you're here.
Yeah.
And it's great to have you out here and talk about traveling with your pets during the holiday and the fact that your service is here available for our community.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
All right, you're listening to News Talk 640 WFNC. We've got local news right now from CBS 17.
Good morning. From the CBS 17 newsroom, I'm Bill Young. A child has died from the flu in western North Carolina, the first pediatric flu death of the year. Nationally, 280 children died from flu complications last season, the most since the 2009-10 H1N1 pandemic. Those who died, 89% were not vaccinated. Half did not have an underlying medical condition. After more than 100 years, the Lumbee tribe of North Carolina is on the brink of securing federal recognition. The U.S. Senate passed the National Defense Authorization Act, and that includes the Lumbee Fairness Act. It now goes to the president for his signature. If he does sign it into law, it will make the Lumbee the largest tribe east of the Mississippi River. The U.S. Senate passed a spending bill to bring millions of dollars to Fort Bragg. The $901 billion National Defense Authorization Act sets aside almost $45 million. It'll pay for upgrades at Freedom Village, plus another $8 million for the Special Operations Forces Joint Intelligence Center. The bill is now heading to the president's desk. Fred and Anita Surgeon, the founders of Sweet Valley Ranch, are giving $30,000 in grants to 7 nonprofit organizations in Cumberland County. Every year they pick different nonprofits which address needs in the community, like youth programs and support for military families. Since 2021, the Surgeons and Sweet Valley Ranch have given away $300,000 to nonprofits in Cumberland County. From the CBS 17 newsroom, I'm Bill Young.
The rain will come to an end today, and we will then turn mostly sunny, but we've already hit our high temperature for today, so an afternoon temperature will be 57 degrees. Overnight will be mostly clear with a low of 33. Saturday will be mostly sunny with a high of 55, and Sunday will be mostly sunny with a high of 62. We warm up on Sunday ahead of yet another cold front, but that cold front will bring chilly conditions early next week before we warm up again for the holiday. That's your Fayetteville forecast. I'm CBS 17 meteorologist Rachel Dunsing.
All right, Rachel, thank you so much. Right now, we've got 64 degrees in Fayetteville, in Stedman, and also in Pembroke. You're